just a reminder for the pollers. Division 1, Class K, 7,000 pounds into Jackpot. So whether your ticket says Jackpot or 1K, it's the same class.
Well, thanks for rejoining. I don't know what happened. I mean, I've had great service here all day. And it went up to 3 bars and then seemed like I had no service. Turned around and said I was disconnected and I couldn't get reconnected for probably like 10-15 minutes.
Distance for Jerry Leak was 136.2 feet. Next up is Tom White with his Farmall 450, followed by Bob Blaine and Owen Coller.
But we're back on now. I think I'm just gonna end my day here and how much we got left. I didn't even know Tom White was here. He was hiding. There's probably, what, 7, 8 tractors I don't even think have run one time yet. Blaine, Mr. Santa Claus, pulling up next. Alright, welcome back if you were watching before. I'm sorry, I don't know what happened. It's all sudden. I just lost service all of a sudden, and everything dropped, and I couldn't get back on for a while. We're at Marshallville Antique Tractor Motors.
The next class up will be Division 3, Class 2, starting with Sean Miller versus Coller. Distance was 195.39 feet. Next up should be Ben Coller. That should have been Owen.
Hello, hello, hello.
Can somebody from the Coller clan come over and let me know who that was and what's going on with that? Thank you. Coller. Okay, our totals for the last class, Division 2D, 5,000 pounds. We had Bob Blaine in first place with 258.88, Ken Bighill with 254.83 in second, and Tom White in third, 244.23. John with 209.88 feet. Next up is row 2, followed by Coller and Coller. Bob Blaine, if you are in this class, you will be in the number 6 slot.
For the super receivers. He's gone. He popped out of here.
thank you for watching. Again, if you were watching earlier, something happened. I don't know what. Just lost service all sudden abruptly. Couldn't get on for about 15 minutes. But we're back on now. Not having any issues. Actually, have 3 bars now. We're at Marshallville Antique Tractor Pullers in Marshallville, Ohio, in the United States.
Coller, this is 7.5. Next up is Coller, followed by Blaine and Blaine.
And make sure you like and subscribe my YouTube channel here. And also, I'm on Facebook, Making Pulling Memories, and TikTok. They're all Making Pulling Memories, and even Clapper.
Distance for Andy, 198.09 feet. Next up is Blaine with his 1130 Massey, followed by Blaine. The roundup class. 4, deep, 5,000 pounds, 8 mile an hour. We will start with Sean Miller, followed by Brody Cooper, Bob Blaine, Andy Coller, and Alex Jones.
Thanks everybody for joining me today. We're at Marshallville Antique Tractor Pullers in Marshallville, Ohio in the United States.
We are now on Division 4, Class C, 5,000 pounds. Our first track is Sean Miller with his mini mow, followed by
We've already
Brody
been
Cooper,
pulling for about
Bob Blaine,
2 hours and 45 minutes. Or 2 hours. 4 hours and 45 minutes. We started about 12:30 Eastern Standard Time, and it is currently 5:15 Eastern Standard Time. I've seen a lot of different and new faces. People I've never seen around antique pulling before today. Even some different new faces just watching.
And that's good. That's just good for the sport. I mean, I constantly see people have the interest and people are watching online and watching videos. But often, other than some of the Amish polls, I don't really see a lot of spectators.
That last lap, Brody Cooper in first place with 280.62. Second place is Bob Blaine with 247.9. And third was Joe Coller with 237.58.
You even got some people watching on top of the dirt pile back there. I've been here, I don't know how many times, probably 10, 15, 20, I don't know. I've never seen anybody up there. Sean Miller must be having some problems. Oh, not good. Getting towed off.
going to assume because they take them off the road. That
You know, I guess tractors aren't
next
really
one up is
everywhere,
gonna be Road
so
Super, Bob
or
Blaine,
they don't
followed
have
by
as many,
Coller.
or I mean, a lot around my parts, people just use them for pulling and having fun.
Okay, so instead we have Bob Blaine with his Firemal M. So we still have Frozen Super, Andy Coller, and Alex Flynn. And the distance for Bob Blaine is 230.33 feet. We are still looking for Frozen Super. And followed by Andy Coller and Alex Flynn.
So how many of you think he looks like Santa Claus? First time I met Bob Blaine, I'm like, are you Santa? Are you the real Santa? He does play Santa, and he is for hire. I think if you go Bob Blaine,
Okay, looks like we have Andy Coller up next.
I don't,
Still in this
I think
class
you
we
can
have
just
Alex
go on
Flynn and
Facebook,
Frozen
or
Super.
I don't know if he has a website or what, but you can hire him for your home or, you know, events or office or stuff like that. He's a good guy.
Distance for Andy Coller, 192.4 feet. Looks like next up we have Alex Flynn.
This is the Antique Tractor Bowling Club. They just have different classes and weights and divisions and
Road and Super, if you're planning on pulling in this class, you need to be ready.
oh. You know, these guys don't really pull for a lot of money. It's just a few bucks. There is a banquet at the end of the year, and I usually go to them. And it's just a lot of good people, you know, a lot of
We should
nice,
be
friendly
finishing up
people.
this class with road sequencing in John Deere 70.
That's why I enjoy antique poles and farm stock and brush poles, because there's so many good people I meet. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I go to them and people come up to me and say thank you for everything you do, and they appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, the sled will change weight and they'll add weight, and the tractors also will, you know, they start from light to heavier. They add weight as they go along. So you'll see sometimes, you know, the same tractor multiple times, maybe even the same weight. They're just running different classes. I'm not sure. This is the first day I've seen it. It's been out 3 times this year, and I didn't attend those events. I didn't ask. I mean, I can see it. So let me take a look.
You can order that one.
It is a 11:30 Massey Ferguson.
Our next class to get ready for will be Division 1, Class H, 5,500 pounds. We got 3 pullers. We've got Bruce Parrish first, followed by Matt Price and Jeff Navy.
He just pulled.
took place.
We now move on to Division 1 Classic, 500 pounds. First
Most
up
are
is
gas powered.
followed by Jackpot and Just Navy.
That Massey Ferguson was diesel. Sometimes you'll see a propane powered Moline or two. There was none today. I don't think so. There might be a Ford here that's diesel. I don't think it's pulled yet. Oh, and I think there's a IH that might be diesel. I'm not sure, because one of his is gas and one's diesel, and I'm not sure which one he brought offhand. There could be clubs in Iowa. I don't know. I've never seen any. But I don't look there. I mean, I usually look like Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, Pennsylvania. What I would do is I would go on Facebook and search groups for any antique clubs in your area.
For Bruce is 163.70 feet.
Almost
Next up
all
is
of them have a
Matt Price, followed by
Facebook
Jeff Nagy to
group.
round up the class.
Oh, trying to get bugs in me. He thought I was waving at him. But yeah, almost all of them have a Facebook group. That's kind of how most of them do any of their advertising, and it's not always that great because they really don't get their names out there, and that's where I come in and benefit them. I get their name out there. First time I attended this club, you know, they probably had 90 to 100, 110 hooks. Now it's probably more like 150.
For Matt is 111.21 feet. Next up is Jeff Nagy to round up the class.
I've taken about 120 videos so far. My guess is we're gonna probably have about 160 here today. Maybe more. I'm not real sure. But yeah, I mean, the numbers have definitely gone up. The exposure from when I attend, and you know, I'll post that I'm coming here, and some of them see it, and they want to come. I mean, I would definitely say Facebook is the best. If you're in the antique Poland, there's so many more people on Facebook in the antique world than anything else. Well, YouTube, but that's not really a group, so.
Distance for Jeff is 128.30 feet. That rounds up that class. Our next class is Division 2, Class H, 5,500 pounds. We start with Tyler Hunley with him, Minnie Mo, followed by Jerry Leak and Ben Bednell.
Majority of the tractor pulls I find to go through, I do find on Facebook. I mean, and that's also where I've built most of my following throughout the years. I mean, I'm more of a YouTube newbie because I've only been on it for 4 or 5 years. And started doing some of these lives because I seen the subscribers were adding up a lot faster and I wanted to build it up more. But I want to say I've gained about 4,000 subscribers in about, 2.5 months this year. Yeah, I couldn't really do that on Facebook, so I will say YouTube is great about, getting their name out there, or your name out there. I got a tripod,
Okay, this is the first Coller in Division 2, Class 8, 6,500
and I'm
pounds.
also
Tyler
doing
Huntley.
like
Nick
shorts
Holden.
on another
Next up will be
camera.
Jerry Leak, Ken Bednell, and Tom White.
So if I'm not always caught up onto it perfectly, it's because I'm watching on the other device. So. Well, then I got a better tripod a couple of years ago because I pretty much hated every tripod I ever had because they, every time you moved them, it would just be like all over the place. So I mean, this one does stay fairly steady when you move it around. I just don't have a handle on this one. I don't remember ever having a handle, so. I'm not really sure how I could even get that to work. And then even when I'm like on a hill, I can adjust all the legs on this tripod and I can get fairly level. Well, a lot of tracks I don't even really want to be level. I kind of want to film down to the track.
And the distance from Jerry is 178.99 feet. Next up is Ken Bednell, followed by Tom White, Owen Coller.
And also, when I went and bought the phones I did buy, I had three main things I looked at. Some of it was, the anti-shake. I thought that's important because I've had phones in the past where even though you're perfectly steady, it just shakes. It's like a ball inside the camera, and they'll just shake around. I mean, I always kind of try to look for something that films better at night. My Android doesn't film as good at night, but it keeps up with the speed of things better. My iPhone didn't keep up with the speed as much, which is what I'm using the live for. But it seems to do really well for the lives. I just didn't like doing the videos with them as much. And then I had problems. As I was saying, I had problems with my iPhone. I did it for about a year
And distance for 10 is
on
180.9 feet. Next up
making
is
like
Tom White, followed
YouTube
by
videos,
Coller
and I had
Ben
no
Miller.
problem. Never had a problem with them. And then all of a sudden, the files wouldn't convert to YouTube videos, so I couldn't use it anymore. Because every event I do, I take all the videos and I convert them into a bigger file and post them on YouTube. It wouldn't let me do it with an iPhone anymore. So I don't know if I'd ever buy another iPhone. It doesn't seem to be as dependable.
And the distance for Tom White was 49.51 feet. Next up, we have Owen Coller and Ben Miller to round up the class.
Pretty much every time I shop for one, I spend pretty much weeks looking at them.
followed by Nick Flynn and Joe Coller.
Yeah, I bought a phone from, I think it was Korea or India, one of them. And, I mean, it was great. For about 4 months, and then the color went. I don't know. I mean, the color.
And the distance for Owen Coller was 180.49. We have Ben Miller yet, and that'll finish up this class.
The color on it was fantastic for 4 months, and then it just like made everything like purple, pink. I would probably never buy another one of those. I don't even remember what the name was offhand.
Got plenty of drink.
Oh, thank you, sir. How's it going?
Pretty good.
I gave you a little plug on my YouTube
Huh?
live. I gave you a plug on my YouTube live
Yeah.
for your Santa business.
Had
And
five
the distance
persons
for
in
Ben was
second. I don't know what the rest of them
237.26
were.
feet.
Yeah, you're
That
all
pretty
concludes
good.
this class. Now move
Seems like the
on
more
to
weight you got, the better you did. The more weight you put on, the better you did.
Yeah.
On 6KE70, followed by Nick Flynn, Joe Coller, Andy Coller, and Tom White.
I forgot to video him. He's gonna kick my ass.
Why did he rehook earlier? What was it, the last time he pulled or before?
That was like right now he's pulling another class.
I don't know.
I just bought this buggy. I got the other one I got for sale.
I was gonna say you had a black one, I
Yeah,
thought.
it's for sale.
You getting rid of that?
Huh?
I'm surprised you're getting rid of it.
It's a 2013. It's only got 1,400 miles on it.
What, the other one or that one?
Yeah, this one's only got 1,200. This is 2016 and 2000.
Time to wait.
One guy's cleared out and left already.
I thought it was a pretty good turnout.
Yeah, they weren't even sure that it was going to pull off this morning.
I mean, when I was here, first got here, heck, there was only, what, 15, 20 tractors here?
Yeah.
I was kind of like, it's going to be a short day.
I didn't load till
Okay, this is the start
probably
of
10 or 11
Division
o'clock.
3. Class H, 5,500 pounds. Our first puller on the sled is Frozen Supers with his
Well, I think
JC70.
the
Next up
storms
will be
were a
Nick
little
Flynn,
north of
followed
here,
by Joe Coller,
from what I
Eddie
heard.
Coller, and Tom
I mean, it
White.
rained, but it was light rain mostly. Man, you went north of here and there was places with standing water, I think.
We were going to run caddis and then come up here.
Oh, really? He's been running good today. He's been running good with that tractor.
Oh, yeah.
And Tom White.
The last several times I've seen it, it hadn't run very good. Hey, what weight are we on
The
now?
numbers for Division 1H, 5,500 pounds.
55.
were Bruce Parrish with 163.70, Jeff Nagy with 128.30, and Matt Price with 111.21.
So we're at 5,500 on the weight. I think we're gonna go to like 75. Sometimes they go a little higher.
And the results for Division 2H were first place Tom White with 249.51, second Ben Miller
And I want to say
237.46, third Ken Bidnell 189.
there's probably 2 or 3 tractors that'll run up there.
tires. Pushing forth. The time we got halfway down the track, we probably have to run lost tracks. That's what I found. It's killing me on driving. I think we got more pulling on the government.
And the distance for Tom White was 226.27 feet. That's the end of that class. Okay.
Now his weight's
Is
dropping.
actually 231.02 feet.
A lot of them will get rims and stuff from specialty shops.
So our next classification is for Class A, 500 pounds. Start out with Road Super and it's John Deere 7, followed by Coller, Nick Flynn, and Joe Coller.
Run down there and let's see if they can't get one of them other guys pulled. Straight down.
It seems like everybody got their own preferences. There's some people that like the Alice Chambers and some people like the Minneapolis Moline. There's even your Oliver people. Well, there's quite a few of them been rebuilt, but yeah, they're vintage.
So the results of Division 2A are Tom White at 249.51, Ben Miller 237.26, and Ken Bednell at 180.9. The results for Division 3H are Road Super 267.06, Nick Flynn second at 257.37, and Tom White at third at 231.02.
We're in Marshallville, Ohio.
We are now on Division 4, Class H, 500 pounds. Our first tractor is Road Super with Division 7, followed by Coller, Nick Flynn, and Joe Coller. Okay, so that was Nixon with 4. In this class is also Broden Supers, Andy Coller and Joe Coller. And I don't know what order.
Supers was trying
Broden
to
Super,
drop.
you were in number 1 spot for that poll? You flipped. Okay.
Much bottom.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I believe he's overheating a little bit.
Okay, next we either have Andy or Joe Caller with Farm Hall M. Okay, so that was Andy Caller. His distance was 141.63. Next up, I believe, is going to be Joe Caller, followed by Broden Super. Now we have Joe Caller hooking up to the sled with his Farm All M, followed by Broden Super.
This one's 420. This is here's 420. Running 420.
And the distance for Joe Caller is 141.57. So
Thanks,
the order
sir.
for this pool will be determined by Broden.
Nobody realizes what you do. Well, I guess
Let's
some
try.
do.
It does take a lot. It does take a lot, but try doing my part, I guess.
Need one of these buggies to take with you and run around.
You know, that would be good, and then it's like so much more. It's like it's so much more you gotta deal with, you know?
Yeah.
You know, antique poles, at least the nice thing is I can park pretty close, and I could take 2 or 3 trips.
Oh, as they should let you.
We have nobody in Division
Oh.
5A.
Pennsylvania, sometimes you
Treat you like shit over there.
Class I, 6,000
it's not even that. It's just,
Terry,
Where you
followed
parked
by
today?
Jeff
Over here?
Mason
Oh, I'm
and
right there.
Matt
That's
Price.
my car right there.
That's
Most
the way
of
it ought
these
to be.
antique bulls, yeah, they'll let you park wherever. But I was out there a couple weeks ago, and they weren't letting anybody park up near the track at all, and it was gonna rain. So I took off. I'm like, forget this. I'm not getting caught out there. I did that once last year.
That sucked.
So about, I don't know, hour and a half after I left there, it downpoured for like a half hour. It was canceled. I'm like, well, I'm glad I just left.
That concludes that class. We now move to Division 1, Class I, 6,000 pounds. And our first scorer up is Bruce Parrish with the 47 John Deere A, followed by Jeff Navy and Matt Price to round up that class. Got it? Yep. The results for Division 4, Class H were Frozen Supers in first with 172.29, second Nick Flynn, 142.6, and Andy Coller with 141.63, and just for the record, Joe was slightly behind at 141.57.
Well, I don't know what the heck. It's buggy here today. And it's not even one kind of bug, it's all kinds of different kinds of little bugs. Mark
Okay, we've got
Majors.
Division 1, Class I, 6,000 pounds. First up, Mark Major with his Farm All 560. Next up is Bruce Parrish, followed by Matt Price and Jim Lightdecker.
Good hook by Mark. It's the first time I've seen him this year.
Mark Major with 230.92 feet. Next up is Bruce Parrish with 46 John Deere A, followed
I
by
used to
Matt
see him
Price,
quite a bit.
Lightdecker,
Mark, I spoke to him earlier and he said he's had some back problems this year. Need to get some stuff situated with some doctors and that. he hasn't been out as much this year. And that's the first time Mark Majors pulled today. There's a few more tractors that haven't pulled at all today. I wouldn't say all stock, but I mean there's probably half of them here probably are.
Followed by Jim Lightdecker and Eric Black.
A lot of people do like the true stock tractors. I do see a lot of comments and you know, often the views on some of them are pretty high. Which I get in some arguments with some of my friends sometimes. They think the only kind of polling worth watching is like the Grand National, you know, modifieds and pro stocks. And like I don't know. I mean, a lot of people are interested in watching straight stock, even like pickup trucks, gas, diesel, street. I get more people interested in watching that. When it comes to garden tractors, more people want to watch the ones that basically just took off the mower blade and they're pulling than they want to watch the ones with $30,000 motors. But also it's an affordability thing. I mean, some of these tractors are completely affordable.
And the distance for Matt Price is 94.44 feet. Next up is Jim Lightdecker, followed by Eric Black to round out the class.
You know, some of these probably $10,000 to $30,000, you know. Whereas when you go up to some of those other leagues, and you know, they're like $200,000 to $300,000. I mean, becoming like entry level. It seems like people don't even want to watch all of that stuff
The
anymore.
next class will be Division 2I, 6,000 pounds. We will have Ken Bidnell and followed probably by Jim Lightdecker and Tom White.
Yeah, I would say this one, this class is probably a true stock class. Usually Division 1 is. You get a lot of kids and new people pulling in Division One.
And the distance for Jim is 174.36 feet. Next up is Eric Lodge and his mini Moni. Next class will be Division 2, 6,000 pounds, that's class I. And Bidnell should be first up with his Farmall M.
Yeah, I'm just glad that polling is growing in places. Maybe not the Grand National level. I mean, they're kind of killing that. Just rules and limitations. And every time you turn around, you got to buy a $50,000 part or something like that.
And the distance for Eric is 174 feet. Now move to Division 2, Class I. Ken Bidnell should be first up with his Farmall M.
Yeah, when I first started coming to this club, they probably had 110, 120 hooks a session. And right now we're at 140. We have quite a few more to go. I mean, I don't know how many classes. I think we're at about 6,000 on the way to, I don't remember. I can think of probably 3 or 4 tractors I haven't even seen run yet.
And the results for that class were Mark Mason in first with 230.92 and Mike Decker second 174.36 and Eric Lodge with 174. is our first Coller in Division 2, Class I, 6,000 pounds. This should be Ken Bidmill on his Farmall M. Next up should be Jim Leidenbecker, followed by Tom White and Owen Coller. Maybe.
Even getting 500 people watching antique bowling is just amazing. That many people are interested when everybody says how much they're so boring and all that all the time. It must not be that boring.
Jim Leidenbecker on his 400 Farm Hall.
repeat yourself.
And in the distance, Ken with his Fireball 560 is 228.86. Next up, we should have Tom White, followed by Owen Coller, Ben Coller, and Eric Lund. Coming down the track is Tom White with his Fireball 460, followed by Owen Coller and Ben Coller.
Currently pulling a 6,000 pound Division 2. Yeah, some of these people may use them daily, but there's a lot of them that aren't.
up is Ben Coller, followed by Eric Blaine.
We are in Ohio.
And our next class for pullers to get ready for will be our Division 3. Class I, 6,000 pounds, 12 mile an hour. We have first up will be Bros Supers, followed by Nick Flynn, Joe Coller, Andy Coller, Joe Goodyear, Tom White, Eric Blaine. Right now, hooking up to the sled, we have Ben Coller in his Farmall M.
Well, I've been to antique pulls in Virginia and Tennessee, so I know they have antique pulling.
Next up is Eric Blaine.
I know Florida has it in the winter. We're in Marshallville. This is Marshallville Antique Tractor Pullers. Yeah, I was saying some states they don't do it as often as probably around here. But, you know, I think there are some, even in Georgia, I think they have some. I know Florida has some in the winter.
that round.
Well, I mean, there's other clubs, you know, different times. Marshallville has a poll about
12 miles an hour.
last weekend of every month.
Road Supers with his John Deere 70, followed by Nick Flynn and Joe Coller.
But, you know, there's other clubs, other areas. I mean, Ohio's full of clubs. Michigan's full of clubs. Pennsylvania's full of them. I haven't seen quite as many in Indiana, but I haven't looked as hard either. But
And the results of that class were Tom White first with 230.42.
does Oklahoma not have much? I don't know. I know, like, the winter polls, there seems to be quite a few, like Oklahoma and Missouri. I just imagine there was a lot of antique clubs out there.
That answers the question.
I actually lived in Texas, and I can't even say I went to a tractor pull out there. I didn't even know they had any, but I guess there are some. I mean, usually when I was there, the dirt was so hard, you couldn't have anything like that on them. You know, it'd just be like, but you know, like in Ohio, most weekends I can find 10 to 15 within a 3-hour drive. Some kind of pull-up. I mean, there's different kinds, you know. I mean, you got your brush pulls, your farm stock, and your antiques.
And the distance for Nick is 179.27. Next up, we have Joe Coller, followed by Andy Coller and Joe Goodyear.
I'll attend some garden tractor polls. I mean, unfortunately, a lot of them are the same. You know, they're on Saturdays, and I just can't attend everything. But you know, when I do find some on some different days, yeah, I'm at them. I went to one last weekend in Dottie Valley. Had the video posted online. It's an Amish country, but they love their garden tractors too. They're mostly, you know, when you're dealing with the Amish, they love their stock. You know, they sure have their modified stock too. We're just pulling antiques here. There might be a couple borderline farm stock, not a whole lot. I was just telling somebody, you know, I cover the garden tractors. I just don't get to them as often because everything's on Saturday.
And the distance for Joe Coller was 209.
You know, there's garden tractor clubs out there.
We have Andy Coller, followed by Joe Goodyear, Tom White, and Eric Black.
And unfortunately, a lot of them are all on Saturday. Yeah, I think there was a garden tractor pull down at Adamsville today. If it didn't rain out, I don't know. I didn't really pay attention to any of their posts today. So last time I went down there, I didn't have any. Well, I was on a live for a little bit and then shut off.
And the distance for Andy Coller is 147.5. And W. Gilson here with his 47,000, followed by Tom White and Eric Black.
Next, some of these classes on the garden tractors, it's minimum $20,000-$30,000 an hour for a motor.
So I just got told Andy Coller is going to rehook. Don't know what the problem was.
Talked to somebody last weekend. They sold one of their antique tractors for $60,000. It was a proving winning antique tractor, and another pulling family wanted it, and they were gonna pay for it. Oh, they usually have these distance readers on the sleds anymore. Some of them are pretty reliable, some aren't.
Jerry with 177.31. Next up, we have Joe Goodyear with his Ford 7000, followed by Tom White and Eric Black.
That was just the same tractor. Came back. Must have been some kind of problem. Some of these people throw a lot of money into them. I mean, most people think, oh, garden tractors, that's completely affordable. I guess some of those guys come up and tell me, oh yeah, they got $25,000 in the motor. What's the first time this tractor's run today? I think they've seen 2 other John Deeres that haven't run. I don't know where they're at.
Class I, 6,000 pounds, 8 miles an hour. We will have Frozen Super, Nick Flynn, and Joe Coller.
I don't know why. Is this 6 or 8 mile an hour? 6, I think it is.
These Ford guys are definitely hardcore Ford guys. That was Super's tractor that was parked next to me, John Deere.
And the distance for Tom White was 170.
I'm not sure if the Ford went over. I thought I heard some horns, but it was kind of hard to hear it over the motor.
The announcer got bothered and we did not get his distance, so he's going to pull again.
What the heck? Why do they keep on repolling? Well, most of them are farm over here, but I think Majors has a case. Oh, you mean regular? No, there's no case here. Sorry, I was thinking case I ate. I think this is the only true case I ate. But no, there's no cases here. Different classes are different speed. They do have a 12-mile-an-hour speed here, but I don't think anybody's in it. Yeah, they have I think a 3-mile-an-hour class. I don't know, some places will have 4 or 5. I don't remember all their speeds here. No, they're all in the same class. Gas and diesel. They're all the same.
Class 6,000 pounds, 8 miles
It just,
an
they
hour.
tend to be probably a little heavier. Then a lot of the gas motors are probably a little lighter, so they do tend to be a bit separate, but this one, that's a gas motor. Most weekends I go to 3 to 4 tractor pulls. And on one weekend. I've seen Ford Jubilees before. They're not very common.
Class I, 6,000 pounds, 8 miles an hour. Order will probably be next Blaine, Coller, and
I seen a Friday tractor pull down in Tennessee once. I think that's the only time I've ever seen one of them. Yes, Friday tractor. Yep. It was a black tractor.
201.24 feet. Next up, we have Joe Coller, Farm All M, followed by Bird Super.
I'd never even seen one until that event.
The results for the last class, which is Division 3, 6,000 pounds, was first place Joe Coller with 209.73, second place Broden Supers at 198.7, and third place Joe Goodyear at 185.51.
Well, you're welcome. Just make sure everybody, likes and subscribes to my channel, and Facebook, TikTok. It's all making cool memories. I don't get anything for these lives, so the best thing I'm pretty much getting is subscribers.
We have nobody signed up for Division 5 Class I, so after this we will move to Division 1 Class J, 6,500 pounds. Joe Coller is 183.21 feet. Next up is Brody Supers in his John Deere 70.
Thank you, Dan.
First up in the next
Appreciate
class will be Daniel Leak, Devin Dipnor, and Mark Major.
Yeah, I'm really just trying to grow my pages on all my platforms, and just trying to grow. I was a little late on the YouTube thing. For years, I was really big on the Facebook. It did really good, till it didn't. And now I'm pretty much to the point where I think I need YouTube to do that. I think I need to depend on them more.
And the distance for Brody Supers is 182 feet even. That rounds out this class.
Is MySpace even around anymore? I have no idea. I was on it like, what, 15 years ago or whatever. I don't know, 20 years ago.
First up is Daniel Leak in his Farm All 500, followed by Devin Dipnor.
But I remember it changed more like in the music.
And Mark Major.
And it wasn't, it was kind of more like Facebook when they started. But I kind of got out of it when it was like all about music, so. I don't know, I looked at some other platforms. I mean, I joined Clapper. videos are fairly easy to do on for Clapper, but I don't know. I mean, basically, it told me when I signed up that you needed 3,000 followers to get monetized, and I think I'm like at 4, and I'm still not. So I don't even get it. So I don't really push that Clapper a whole lot. But there was a few of them I joined, and I just didn't really care for how the videos were done. So it's like Instagram X. I didn't like how the videos were done, so I kind of just quit using it.
First place 201.24, Joe Coller. Second 183.21, and Rosie Troopers 182.
That might have been that tractor's first run today.
And the distance for Daniel Leak was 171.69 feet. Next up, Devin Devnor, followed by Mark Majors and Bruce Parrish. Also in this class are Matt Price, Jim Leitzecker, and Ashley Kaufman.
I think this is the same tractor, different driver. I wasn't even sure they did that here, but you think about it, how much
Next up
things
is
have
Mark
changed
Makers with his Farmall
in the last
550, followed by
20
Bruce Perry,
years.
Matt Price, Jim Leitendecker, and Ashley Coffin.
Well, heck, even 100 years. I mean, they didn't have a lot of these, modern things 100 years ago. Electricity even was a rarity. Can we imagine what in another 20 years we're gonna have? Things are really gonna change, I think. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. You was down at mechanics now, wasn't you?
Not this time.
The last time.
Yeah, the
I
first
watched
one.
myself on YouTube.
Yep. I kind of heard it was a bit of a.
Busted
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put it nicely. How can I put it? I heard there was a lot of problems. So I decided to go down to McConnellsville that night. Usually they have a good pull, but everybody was just like they're cutting and planting and
Yeah.
doing all that. They gotta take advantage of it when things are dry. So.
Yeah.
But it seems like after a rain, everybody wants to go tractor pull.
I'm surprised there ain't more people here today.
Yeah, I kind of thought there could be more.
About 500,000 to get some of that. Yeah, I got 1,000 pounds.
Candidates for Mark Makers in 201.
Whenever I get up to 65.
Next up is Bruce Perry with his 49 mini mowing, followed by Matt Price, Jim Leitendecker, and
Travis
Ashley
had one
Coffin.
cut.
It could be. I mean, who knows? There's going to be stuff we don't even know about that's going to be the thing in 20 years. I mean, this whole AI stuff, I hate it. I mean, I can't get anywhere with, like, anything anymore because AI just sends you around in circles. I mean, I've been dealing with it with Facebook a couple years now, and it's just like, I get nowhere. They haven't paid me since July of last year, and every time, everything I do, it just sends me in circles. It's all AI. It just wants me to be like, I don't want anything to do with Facebook anymore. But I do know majority of my followers have followed me on Facebook for way over 10 years.
Forward out there behind the sign up here. You want to pull water, you're up that way, you grab one. People work on the grass and stuff.
just want to get back to a society where people care about taking care of things properly instead of hiding behind things like AI because
Jim Leitzecker and Ashley Kaufman.
I mean they feel that they can just not pay people. You just send people around in circles and circles and circles. I guess eventually they'll just get frustrated and quit.
Yeah, I got a great big inverter. Bought it to run a pump. And I hooked it up. And it fixed.
With his Carmel 400, followed by Ashley Kaufman to round up the class. The next class coming up is Division 2, Class J, 6,500 pounds, 4 miles an hour. We'll start out with Jim Leitzecker. And I believe we have somebody in the number 2 spot, but we don't have a name on here. Followed by Ken Bensnell, Tom White, Owen Coller, and Ben Coller. So if you're in that number 2 spot, let us know who you are. by Owen Coller and Ben Coller.
You know, quite often these days I depend on the tips I get at the polls because you know, all these platforms and everything, you know, they want to keep their money and they don't want to pay anymore. It's like even these lives, none of them pay anything hardly anymore. It's like they want you to get your own sponsors.
Just a reminder again, if you are in Division 1 Class K, 7,000 pounds, that is our jackpot class. The distance for action is 207.76.
So yeah, if anybody ever wants to, you know, thank me for, you know, doing these lives, so you can leave me, what is it, the super chats? I've never even gotten one. I've heard from other creators that do the lives, they will get some. Hey, I'll be appreciative. It'll only make me want to do it more if I am getting, you know, something. Because I do spend a lot of hours on these. Then I'm just really gaining subscribers, and I appreciate it. This one I've gotten 371 already. That's fantastic. That's so amazing. I don't even, you know. I think today I don't know, I might be up to 800 subscribers today. I'm not even sure. We're at Marshallville Antique Tractor Pullers today in Marshallville, Ohio. We're getting probably down to the last few classes. I thought there was a couple John Deeres I seen that haven't pulled yet.
And the distance for 10 on its normal average, 276.85.
I don't know if you see that black box in there, but usually those are like the distance readers. We're having an antique tractor pull. We've already been here over 7 hours today. Which I really doubt we're gonna go much more than another hour. Some of these heavier classes really don't get a whole lot. And I am seeing more loaded up. There's a few of them not, but like I said, I thought I seen like 2 John Deeres that were a little heavier, and I haven't seen them come out near the track yet. So I don't know.
Our next class coming up will be Division 3, J, 6,500 pounds, 6 miles an hour. In that class, we will have Brody Super, Bob Blaine, Joe Coller, Andy Coller,
Did they say
and Joe
6,500? I don't even know.
And the distance for Tom White, 205.61 feet. That puts him currently in second place. We have next up Owen Coller with a Carmel N, followed by Ben Coller. The results for our last class were: first place Jim Leitendecker with 2:13.47, second place Ashley Hoffman 2:07.76, and third place Bruce Harris